Well, joining me now is senior producer Jan Hasasu. He's with the investigative team in the TRT World Programs Department. Jan, thank you so much for coming on the set. You have been a correspondent working in this region for a very long time. Just bring us up to speed in terms of speaking to your contacts. Where is the operation at now?
Well, so far, as much as we know, the Turkish army is trying to take a firm control of the heights at the especially northwest side of Afrin. And they so far started to circle the area from the mountain areas. And at the 5-kilometer depth of the borderline at the Bilal Köy, they have reached the highest point actually, and I expect that this area is going to be a main artillery position for the Turkish support to the Free Syrian Army. And at the other hand, there is some preparations and bombardment at the eastern side of Afrin, which is the other front that we are expecting that the Free Syrian Army will advance towards Afrin.
Can you give us some context? I mean, Turkey has said it's trying to create a 30-kilometre buffer zone or to secure that area inside Syria. For somebody who's not, completely au fait with conflicts and how these things work, 30 kilometres doesn't sound that much of a distance. You know, you're driving 30 kilometres, it doesn't take that much time. But what sort of resistance is the Turkish army going to face? Just how strong is the YPG force in this area?
Well, so far we haven't seen any resistance towards the Turkish advance, and I don't think there will be a resistance unless at the rural areas, because the YPG doesn't have the power to face an organized army power like the Turkish army, especially with the support of the Free Syrian Army at this open land or, in these specific areas. And I think they will go and make their stand in the populated areas, because this is where they could hide better, and with the tactics that they've learned from Daesh and all the fights, civil war that goes in Syria, that will be the case. But I don't think the Turkish army, and the Turkish army actually, this operation is a very delicate one for it, because they are very, they take care of the civilian population at the most, because yes, they have some army goals to reach, but the main objective to them is to show the Syrian Kurds that they are not there to fight the Kurds, but the YPG, which is an extension to PKK. So the bombardment is to weaken the defense positions and especially the bunkers of the YPG on the high ground, and to soften their defenses to the Free Syrian Army advance. And as I said, that the Free Syrian Army, I think, will start a ground operation from the eastern side of Afrin, because these areas all the way to the main road to Aleppo and the Manbij airport, which is an ex-army, Syrian army airport, these areas are mostly populated by Arab people and some small Turkish villages as well. So they already have the people's support in these areas, so they will advance towards these natural boundaries that the YPG took over when the Free Syrian Army was busy to fight Daesh at the time.
Thank you so much for that. That's TRT World's investigative producer, Jan Hasasu.